When we're looking at the evolution of supply in the West End, what we've got to do is take ourselves back really to the banking crisis of 2008 and 9. In essence, what happened then is there was no finance, no development finance as a result of nervousness. Actually, we were in a supply-constrained market at the time, and that's continued. So looking at 2011, which felt like quite a flat year, the total amount of speculative development was up 20% year on year to 1.8 million square feet. The real reason for that is that the development finance was driven by the REITs, who had recapitalized their balance sheets and had cash to invest in their development pipeline. Some good examples would be Land Securities, who have kick-started their development program in Victoria, 62 Buckingham Gate and 123 Victoria Street. Great Portland Estates started Markole House. Derwent London started a building in Victoria and Page Street. And British Land, two schemes up in W1 north of Oxford Street in Portman Square and Marble Arch House. But they had the cash to do so, and they recognised the paucity in the market of the supply for good offices. Another long-term investor, such as the Crown, also took the opportunity by kick-starting development in St James's Gateway and Regent Street. Given the current uncertainty, however, I think that the supply pipeline will remain as we can see it today. It's unlikely to respond and build more in the current climate, but the REITs and the long-term investors like the Crown have actually filled the gap. That will lead to a couple of things. One is pre-letting in terms of the active demand as it comes through, and I think also a much more prominence of refurbishments in the West End as occupiers vacate their buildings. Looking at the TMT sector in the West End and its driving force in the market, we need to look at the overall take-up for the year. In 2011, we were at a long-term average of about 3.2 million square feet, which is actually down 14% year on year. The positive side of the equation at the end of the year is that occupier demand and active requirements was 4.5 million square feet, was actually up 14% year on year. Last year, the TMT sector actually accounted for 18% of take-up in the West End. And if we look why that is, well, basically London has got 24% of the UK IT jobs market and 22% of the telecommunications market in the UK. And London has more software companies than any other European city. Some of the active requirements that happened at the end of the year that closed their deals, Telefonica Digital took 50,000 square foot in the Crown scheme at Air W1. Halfords Media took 30,000 square feet and Nokia took 60,000 square foot at Paddington. One of the drivers behind these requirements is the necessity to attract talent in this new media business. And what we're seeing is that there's some replacement demand from the TMT sector. Skype, Google, LinkedIn, Yahoo, Salesforce, all names that we are becoming familiar with. They've now got some active requirements in the West End for quite large West End requirements historically. So looking forward, how do I expect it to see in 2012? Very similar. New media will continue to drive some of the demand in the West End.